Good morning. Well, we had terrible weather over the weekend. I think it was Storm Irene or something like that hit. So winds of up to 80 miles per hour, horrendous rainstorms. Fortunately, this was the only casualty. So it is an alder that has, well, it's been cut down before. You can see it was cut down at that level. So there's a whacking great big base to it there. And just the weight on this side, where it's rotted, it's just pulled it over. So it is laying on the fence, so it snapped a couple of fence posts here. But basically my plan for today is to try and clear as much of this as possible. Now, as you can probably hear, it's still rather windy. Also, because of the rain, all of this grass around here is boggy. So the mower's all the way up there. So I'm going to have to cut everything and drag it up to there, and then use the mower to get it up the hill. So it's not going to be a quick task, and I don't think I'm going to clear it all. But we'll see how far we can get. Because of the wind, I'll probably put this on a time lapse and put some nice music on for you. But right, let's get on. Okay, well, it's not looking as bad as I thought, actually. So that is actually a hazel tree there, and I reckon if I take the weight off of it, that will stand back up. There is a willow branch that's leaning on it from the other side, but that's coming from the fence on the other side of the riverbank there. Now this big chunk here, when I took that last piece out, that was what was holding it up, so that's now fallen down into the river. I am going to have to do something about that, because that's now pushing all the water against the bank on our side. So it has got boards in on this side to prevent it washing away, but if I can get that out of there, problem is I don't know how. If I pull it, it's just going to end up floating down the river and getting stuck in that pile over there. So yeah, but yeah, I've only basically got those three. One of those is dead anyway, so 2.5 branches there to go. But unfortunately I can't reach them from this side with the chainsaw, so I think I'm going to have to do it with the pole saw, which is irritating, unless I can find a way across. Yeah, let's see. Okay, well, I spent a little bit of time. I found that if I stand on that stump that's in the water there, I can get across to the bank on the other side and get round the back of all of that. So I've just cleared a little bit of the brambles from behind there, so I've got access. Unfortunately, the elderflower that was on this bit here, one branch had snapped where the tree had come down here. The other one that looked okay, I carefully took all the ivy off of it to make it encourage it to grow, and then as I leant on it, I realised it wasn't actually attached to the floor properly. So as you can see here, it was all dead on one side, and it was only attached by that little bit. So I've taken that out, which is a shame. But yeah, so I'm going to carry on behind there, try and clear some of this ivy and brambles out of here, and then try and cut these, and if I can, try and push them this way so I can actually clear them from this bank. Right, let's see how I get on. Okay, well I think I've cleared as much as I can for now. So all the alder and hazel that have come over this way I've cut and taken up to the bonfire pile. The willow tree that was leaning on the hazels there was actually the neighbour's willow tree. So you can see the fence line in there. I've just cut everything that was overhanging and chucked it back on their side. These pieces here, I'm not sure whether to take down or not, but I'm thinking we've actually got power lines that run just overhead here, so the electricity board might do that for me. So while they're still secure, I'm not going to worry about those. But yeah, so I'm going to spend a bit of time tidying up. I still haven't worked out what I'm doing with that massive stump there. I'll have to see if I can just trim it because it's far too big to even move. And then I've got these posts to replace. So yeah, I'll do a bit of tidying up and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, well I think I'm all done for today. I've managed to clear all the branches that were on here. I've got the fence fixed, replaced the 2 posts here and tightened all the wire up. I even spent some time to try and line up some of the squares on it where they got distorted. So that's looking better. It's still an old fence, but it's looking better. But yeah, I'm kind of pleased that that tree came down in a way. One, it's good it came down while we were closed because it didn't disturb anyone. But I was thinking of taking some of the branches off of it anyway because the grass is dying here because it needed more light. So now that's going to have more light. Hopefully that should green up. Now the stump itself, I think I might just leave in there. We'll see what it looks like in the summer. I might trim the end off of it. But you've got this small dam here and that's slowing the flow down. So it's not hitting this bank with such force. And it's quite nice to have a bit of a meander to the river, so we'll just leave that and see what it does over the next few months. But yeah, winds have died down now, so I'm going to spend a bit of time clearing up all the branches from everywhere else. But I shall end this video here, so I shall see you later. Good morning. Well, after clearing all that tree yesterday, I had a quick walk around at the end of the day and realised this one's come down as well. So hopefully this will go quicker because it's a smaller tree. But you'll be able to see at the base. I'll just duck underneath it here. Ooh. So that's a tree. It's been cut down before, so it's got the 4 multiple stems now. But where it's growing on the bank of this, and this is a lined pond, it basically had no roots on that side. It only had the roots that went into the bank. So yeah, unfortunately, I mean I could cut that and it'll regrow from the stump, but we know the stump's unstable, so probably be best to just remove the entire thing. So yeah, let's crack on. Well, there we go, that's everything clear. It didn't even take me half hour to get rid of that, which is good. So just down here, you can't actually see where the stump was removed, so that's nice and tidy. The small amounts of roots that were left, they are secure, so if it grows back from those, then whatever grows should be secure. But if it doesn't, we've actually got this oak tree that's coming up here. So I'd rather the oak tree, they're a lot slower growing, so that'd be good. And if we head over to the tree on the trailer here, you'll see this is the stump that I removed. That's the section I cut through, but that piece there is all rotten anyway. This is all split where it fell over, and then from there on there just isn't anything. Any roots that there were just seem to have rotted, so I'm surprised the tree lasted this long. So it's good to get that done and out of the way while there's no customers here. So yeah, right, I will end this video this time, and I'm going to go on and clear a load of branches, little bits like those twigs there that have blown down in the wind, so I won't record that. But yeah, so I shall end this video here and I shall see you later.